unmatched for speed and durability.
Hi, I'm James, maker of Siege Belts, the original and authentic, toughest, fastest belts on the planet. These were invented by my late friend and mentor, Ken Young, who was a master craftsman, serial inventor, and outdoor gear pioneer, who began working on them when he was in the Navy in the early 1960s. I'll get into the history of the belts and Ken and his other inventions in more detail in another video. But just to summarize, he had a remarkable ability to invent products that were exceptionally versatile and functional and incredibly durable as well, and yet were so simple in their design and without any added complications. In this case, these buckles are made from solid stainless steel, solid brass, and even titanium, and we call them 1,000-year buckles, and they're bolted right through to our super high density custom made ballistic nylon that's high grip as well. With a single wrap, my hand not even closed, I can't break that grip, and it's incredibly flexible as well, so I can bring it all the way up for close quarter belt play or medium or long range belt play, something that you can't easily do with a thick leather belt. We do offer leather, have a nice full grain leather option, but invariably people want this custom nylon. It's just phenomenal, and the durability is out of this world. So these belts come with a lifetime warranty. I've never had to replace any of these straps, and we run into wearers of our belts who have them on. You know, they tell us they won't leave home without them, and they've worn them daily for decades. I had one recently where the guy had written 2003 on the back of his buckle, traveled all over the world for over 20 years with that belt, and it still looked fantastic. This belt here I wore daily for over 13 years, and it looks almost new. It's held its color, there's no fraying, it hasn't stretched other than just the curvature of my body. This doesn't stretch like regular nylon when you get it wet. These belts are saltwater amphibious because the stainless steel and the brass is exceptionally rust tolerant, rust resistant. So these are a real go anywhere action belt, and they look fantastic with any kind of outfit. You can wear a suit and tie with these. Men and women like them. We have some very stylish finishes like these titanium ones with all the colors you can get out of titanium, the brass. We have these sculpted buckles, hammered buckles. Every one of them takes hours to make. I learned the process from Ken, something like 37 different steps. I use over 24 different machines and jigs to make these. It's a real labor of love. But I really was passionate about them. After wearing this belt for so long, and also hearing all of Ken's stories about how these belts have made such a difference in so many people's lives, I didn't want this to pass on with him and disappear. This is the original action belt. There's just nothing like it. And even some of the mimics, they come nowhere near the performance of these belts, and they're just simply like CNC machined, or there's no finesse to them. We curve these to the shape of the body, chamfer all the edges front and back. It's so comfortable. I have people at shows sometimes, they'll buy one in the morning, come back and buy another one after wearing it a few hours. In fact, the last show I was at, the guy kept coming back, and he was confused. He said, I don't understand how this is so much more comfortable than the belt he came with. We have people who have these ratchet belts that are very adjustable. They click, click, click. Switch to our belts. They've told us they don't last long. The mechanisms break down as well. Most belts simply won't last long before they start to degrade or look poorly as well. Leather, of course, is really nice, but the whole stretch, it cracks, it creases. You cannot get it wet, really. It gets soaked, you'll ruin it. It'll stretch right out and it won't come back. So there's nothing to match these for durability. And these are solid. They weigh up to 7 ounces, and they're extremely streamlined as well. So everything is concentrated. A big buckle like a cowboy belt will flutter through the air. You can take other belts like a pin buckle and beef it up, make it heavy, but all that weight is distributed outward around the edge. Much weaker design. It's not going to be aerodynamic, and also it's a ridiculous belt for action anyway, because it takes 2 hands to take it off. It's way too slow to take off. You'd never put a pin and frame buckle on, for example, a gun holster or a knife holster. That would be absurd. Those people aim to be able to draw, aim, and fire in 1.5 seconds. This belt is off in less than half a second. So there's just nothing to match it for performance and also just for looks. We have a whole range of stunning finishes, all handcrafted, and they're a phenomenal price. The value is just tremendous considering the hours that go into them and what you can pay for many quality leather belts but with just simple mundane pin buckles. And they're mass-produced buckles, and they won't last anything like these. So these will save you a lot in the long run because you'll be able to wear this the rest of your life. They come with a lifetime warranty, and I beat the heck out of this going through the woods, knocking dead branches off trees and things. If you want a beater belt, I recommend the Ferocious, that's what I have here, or the Fury. Those are our two most popular belts. They come with this really nice, extremely scratch resistant, what we call a gray man finish. You know the gray man concept, very discreet belts. But even some of the more elaborate finishes, like this one here, which we hammer it, all hammered all over and around the chamfers. We even individually hammer the bolt heads before we install them. You can't do it when they're in the buckle because the tool will glance off them. It's a very hard, round stainless steel bolt and create a well around there. So everything's customized, and these are some of the enhancements that I've done since I took over from Ken. I put a more aggressive chamfer on them. I customize, even on the gray man ones, I brush the heads to match so they don't just go on shiny like they came. And we use premium materials. Even our bolts and prongs, they're machined out of solid stainless steel, which costs something like 10 to 20 times more than a regular machine screw that you'd pick up. You wouldn't know the difference, but they're cold-headed, they're hot-headed, not nearly as tough as the ones we put into these. So it's a real labor of love. It's a real passion, and we want to put the best out there. We can only make them in very small numbers. Currently, lead time is about a week to 2 weeks.
That could increase as awareness of these one-of-a-kind belts grows, and as we add videos showing belt techniques and more stunning buckle finishes.
If you value American craftsmanship and want to support a small business dedicated to made in USA from US produced materials, then please support this channel by subscribing, like and comment below, share this with others. A lot of this is all through word of mouth, and follow us on our journey. So thanks for watching, and gear up, good luck, and Godspeed.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. And join the movement supporting homegrown, artisan crafted, heirloom quality products that are built to last generations.